Hi, George. How you doing? Good. Hi, Steve.
Figure out where you want me to sit.
Well, she said she wants one.
No. Even a good horse falls now. Even a good horse falls now and then.
That's right.
I lose the popular vote in my house all the time, 2-1. My wife and daughter against me. So.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
There we go. I think it was Ben endorsement.
I do Fairburn.
How you doing, Oliver? I'm doing good. Congratulations on your victory.
Thanks.
You
ready?
You're getting going. Your daughter?
You ready? Arise. The Monday, May 9th, 2011 South Bend Common Council is now in session. Father Porterfield will give the invocation.
Let us bow our heads and pray for God's blessing. God, you never cease to call us to new and to more abundant life. Heavenly Father, you guide us all of our days to ways everlasting. We come here as members of the Common Council of South Bend, and so we ask that your Spirit may be in our hearts and our minds, so that the deliberations and the decisions that we undertake here this evening may enrich the lives of all of the citizens of the city of South Bend for years to come. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Forty, read the roll, please.
Mr. Henry Davis.
Present.
Mr. LaFount.
Here.
Mrs. Puzzello.
Present.
Dr. Varner.
Present.
Vice President Oliver Davis.
Present.
Mr. Curseth.
Present.
Councilmember Rouse.
Present.
Councilmember White. President
Present,
Peter.
Mr. Forty.
9 present.
Thank you. Report from the subcommittee on minutes.
To the Common Council of the City of South Bend, the subcommittee has inspected the minutes of the April 25th, 2011 meeting of the council and found them to be correct. Therefore, we recommend the same be approved. Signed, Derek Dieter, David Varner.
So move.
Need a motion first.
I move that we accept the minutes report from the subcommittee.
You still moving that? Okay. We
Second.
have a motion that was so moved. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition on that? Under special business, Mr. Vorty, may you read 1132.
A resolution of the Common Council of the City of South Bend, Indiana, honoring all police officers killed in the line of duty and declaring May 20th, 2011 as a day of remembrance and dedication to all South Bend police officers.
Could I have anyone who came to represent this bill, please, to come up? Whereas in 2010, law enforcement officers who died in the line of duty spiked to 162, reflecting an increase of 40% from the previous calendar year, with 39 of the 50 states experiencing losses within their police departments. And whereas, tragically, the average age of officers killed was 41, The average length of service in the department was 12 years, with such officers overall leaving behind a spouse and 2 children. And whereas the South Bend Common Council further recognizes that on Friday, May 20th, 2011, at 8:00 p.m., the Fraternal Order of Police, Lodge Number 36, will hold their annual tribute and memorial service at our police department headquarters to honor all of the South Bend Police Department officers who have given their lives in the line of duty. On behalf of a very grateful South Bend community, we honor these very special officers. Hans Brent, Fred E. Buland, Oscar Christensen, Samuel Cooper, Paul DeGuch, Charles E. Farkas, Sr., Thomas J. DeRue, Sr., Ronald St. Germain, Sr., Louis Keller, Neil McIntyre, Nick S. Polizzato, Scott Lee Severns, Delbert Thompson, Lloyd Thompson, and Howard Wagner. The Common Council rededicates itself to assisting their families and friends of each of our fallen officers in helping their families rebuild their lives and assisting their fellow officers serving on the South Bend Police Department today. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Common Council of the City of South Bend, Indiana, as follows. Section 1. On behalf of all the citizens of the City of South Bend, Indiana, the Common Council hereby publicly commemorates and gratefully honors each of the 15 members of the South Bend Police Department who made the ultimate sacrifice while serving and protecting the residents of the City of South Bend, Indiana. Section 2. The South Bend Common Council honors each of our 15 fallen police heroes who have had their 1042 called out. All of the fallen law enforcement officers across the country and all of their families, friends, and colleagues who have been left behind, not because of the way each of them died, but rather because of the way each of these dedicated police officers lived and performed their daily police duties. Section 3. The Common Council hereby declares May 20th to May 31st as Law Enforcement Memorial Week in South Bend, Indiana. The Common Council urges all citizens to remember those who have given their lives while serving as part of the thin blue line, standing between the lawful and the lawless. The Council encourages everyone to honor our fallen heroes by attending the memorial service sponsored by the men and women of the Fraternal Order of Police, Lodge Number 36, on Friday, May 20th, 2011, at 8:00 p.m. in the South Bend Police Station. Section 4. This resolution shall be in full force and effect from and after its adoption by the Council and approval by the Mayor. And I ask for your favorable passing of this resolution.
Thank you very much.
May I ask that the officers speak?
You may.
Thank you. Okay, and I don't know this one.
Council, Jeff Walters, Uniform Division Chief, South Bend Police Department. Offices are 701 West Sample here in South Bend. With me tonight is Steve Richmond, Investigative Division Chief, and also James Taylor, FOP Lodge 36 President. Chief Boykins is out of town at a conference and regrets that he can't be here tonight. Honorable Council members, we speak as the voice for those no longer walking amongst us. The 15 men who gave their lives in protection of our community. The choice of these heroic men to live for their community was made with the understanding that they could die for it too. Their choice reminds us of just how brave and how remarkable they were. Since the first recorded line of duty death in 1792, nearly 19,000 law enforcement officers have made the ultimate sacrifice. In the past 10 years, our nation has averaged one officer death every 53 hours. This year alone, over 65 officers have already given their lives, at least 31 of those killed by gunfire. Year to date, compared with last year, our nation has experienced an 8% increase in the number of line of duty deaths. Unwelcome news for certain. What we as a community must do is to honor these brave men and their families and to never forget the sacrifices they made. The work that they loved and the service that was the center of their lives will continue. Their sacrifice and the great loss that our community has felt will be honored by a city that has been and will continue to be strengthened by their example. With much respect, we ask for your favorable support of this resolution. Thank you.
Does anybody else want to speak in favor?
James Taylor, President of FOP 36. On behalf of the members of the South Bend Police Department, the Fraternal Order of Police, Lodge 36, I'd like to personally ask for your favorable recommendation in this ordinance and express our gratitude for this resolution, honoring the fallen and honoring the families of those fallen officers. I just personally wanted to thank each and every one of you for this resolution and personally invite you to the memorial service as well. It means a lot to the men and women of the police department. So thank you for this consideration and a favorable recommendation.
Anyone else in favor? Anyone in opposition? Recommendation?
Mr. President, before we go, I'd just like to say publicly want to thank you, gentlemen and women of your police department, for what you do. You know, as a kid, I remember when Ron St. Germain passed away, I believe off of his motorcycle, or he was escorting, and then Tom DeRue is a high school kid, and then unfortunately, I've been on duty when Paul DeGooch and Palizzado and Severance all passed away through my career on the fire department. And unfortunately, I was there that night when Palizzado passed away, and I was at the hospital, and all you could do is just go up to every officer and say, I'm sorry for your loss and thanks for what you do. But this gives us the chance right now to say thank you when we don't have that tragedy. So I thank all of you, the men and women of your police department, for what you do, putting it on the line every day.
Move that we adopt this by acclamation.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
No opposition. Thank you. Mr. Voorhees.
Thank you very much.
Jeff. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
El Presidente.
Mr. Voorhees, let's proceed to 1133, please.
A resolution of the Common Council of the City of South Bend, Indiana, in support of community-wide public, educational, and governmental broadcasting for South Bend, Mishawaka, and St. Joseph County.
Presentation by Dr. Varner, right here.
Thank you, Mr. President. Since I don't have my reading glasses with me, what I'm going to do is give a brief explanation in advance, and I'd like to ask Mr. Vordy to read the resolution in full after I make my presentation. Could you do that for me, John?
Certainly.
Thank you. Somewhere around 2006, the public access channel was, because of an act of the legislature and some other things, the opportunity to have one ceased to exist, and the opportunity to use it ceased to exist. During that time, many folks in the community have expressed an interest in the recreation of a public education government channel, which would allow, among other things, educational programs. In addition to that, broadcasts of live council meetings, committee meetings, and things like that. We think, I personally think that this is a very useful and probably necessary thing for a community of our size. Not everyone can get to meetings. Television would allow that to happen. So with that in mind, and noting the absence of the last 5 years, noting that traditionally most communities will use a portion of their franchise fees, which they collect from cable television, to fund this sort of thing, I've asked our council attorney to prepare this resolution, which would be a jump start, whereby South Bend would express its support, and hopefully other communities will jump on board, and we can have a channel up and running in the not-too-distant future. The resources are there. I hope the will is there, too, amongst other folks who want to get into this. So, Mr. Vorty, if you could read the resolution for me, I would appreciate it.
Whereas in 2006, the Indiana state law changed the way in which cable television companies and new video service providers receive authority to do business in Indiana, and whereas prior to 2006, Indiana cable companies negotiated franchise agreements with local governmental units, cities, towns, and counties. However, effective July 1st, 2006, the state law shifted this franchising authority to the Indiana Utility Regulatory Commission, and whereas the IURC enforces the Federal Communication Commission's cable service standards at the state level, and the state of Indiana operates and maintains a website which provides information provided by the Indiana Office of Utility Consumer Counselor, and whereas the Common Council recognizes that cable companies who were operating under local franchise agreements already in effect on July 1st, 2006, with cities and towns and counties are permitted to continue to operate under those agreements and pay franchise fees to each community until such agreements expire, with IURC approval being required thereafter. Whereas the Common Council further recognizes that the City of South Bend has a franchise agreement with Comcast, which expires on December 31st, 2013, and that pursuant to that agreement, South Bend receives a sum equal to 5% of the gross revenues, with payments to the city being made semi-annually on April 15th and October 15th. The City of South Bend also receives franchise fees from AT&T, which began in 2009 as a result of IURC approval. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Common Council of the City of South Bend, Indiana, as follows. Section 1, the South Bend Common Council stands ready to help support community-wide public access television, especially since such services have been curtailed since Comcast notified South Bend, Mishawaka, Plymouth, Goshen, Hammond, Maryville, and Portage that they would be closing production studios and playback facilities for public access television in December of 2007. Section 2, the South Bend Common Council supports public access television, which would broadcast public, educational, and governmental programs. The Council believes that this should be a project undertaken by South Bend, Mishawaka, and St. Joseph County, with the cooperative support of the private sector for the betterment of providing information and services. Section 3, this resolution shall be in full force and effect, and after its adoption by the Council and approval by the Mayor, with copies being sent thereafter to the administrative and legislative leaders in the Mishawaka and St. Joseph County, to help foster meaningful discussions.
Thank you. Before we proceed, I believe we had a committee meeting that, Dr. Marner?
Yeah. We had a Information Technology Committee meeting at 3:30 this afternoon, and it comes to council with a favorable recommendation.
Thank you, sir. Anyone would like to speak in favor of 1133?
Carol Davis, 1631 Lincoln Way East, here in South Bend. I've always been in favor of continuing cable access, even though our program was taken off the air as a result. But when it comes to airing council meetings, both city and county, that's something that needs to be done, along with some of the department heads in their meetings, like redevelopment. So actually, I am all in favor of this, and if there's some way I can help in trying to encourage the rest of them to do it, I'll be here. So I hope we can get this done.
All right, thank you. Anyone else like to speak in favor?
I'm George Lane, CEO and Chairman of Citizens for the Accountability Government Incorporated. I live at 2405 Division in Mishawaka, Indiana. I want to congratulate each council member. We've worked hard for this. All of you know that. Some 3 to 4 years ago. And it's finally come to an head. And many people have written letters, and you have received each letter that I have received. And it's very commendable. And I want to thank Dr. Varner for his work on this subject and for his support. Each and every one of you give us support. And thank you very much. We'll get this thing underway, and you guys are going to be proud of what we're doing there. Thank you very much.
I'm Mary Press, president of WNIT Television. I just wanted to thank the council for this opportunity to be of service to the citizens of South Bend and St. Joseph County, and to acknowledge and affirm that WNIT is ready to work with the council to make sure that this kind of channel is managed well and professionally and is available to everyone in the county. So thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Angel Hernandez. I'm Vice President of Production for WNIT as well. And I confirm everything that Mary says, and just like to also say that public access is a great community service. It's a way that the community can express itself. It's democracy at its best. People get an opportunity to actually experience a broadcasting opportunity and see what television is all about, and at the same time, present their cause and some of the great things that we need to have voiced. So I'd like to thank the council for their acknowledgement of this and also for their wise counsel and making this happen. Thank you.
Sir, anyone else in favor?
Peter Allen, 751 West Ewing. I'm president of Public Access Michiana, and I'm encouraged that you guys are going forward with this, and hopefully we'll be kept in the light on what's, we hope to be involved, our group, on how this may proceed. So,
Thank you, sir. Anyone in opposition? Seeing none, council, can I have a recommendation?
Move for passage.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor? Oh, that's right. My bad. Mr. Gordy, let's read that then.
Mr. Henry Davis.
Aye.
Mr. LaFountain.
Aye.
Mrs. Pizzello.
Aye.
Dr. Varner.
Aye.
Vice President Oliver Davis.
Aye.
Mr. Kursick.
Aye.
Councilmember Rouse.
Aye.
Councilmember White.
Aye.
President Dieter.
Aye.
9 ayes.
Thank you. We do not have any reports of city offices tonight. Technically, do we have to resolve in the committee at all since these are going to be continued? Then I need a motion to resolve in the committee at all.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition?
You need the motion then?
No, we call it to order. The committee of the whole is now called to order.
No problem.
You're rushing it a little bit.
and if there's no business for the committee of the whole,
Can I have a motion to continue 13
So moved.
to 5/23/11 at
So
the
moved.
request of the petitioner?
Second.
You can make that motion.
got a
I made
motion
the
and
so
a
move. And here's a second over here.
second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it, the motion carries.
A motion to continue 14/11 to 5/23/11 at the request of the petitioner.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it, the motion carries.
Motion to rise and report full council.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it, the motion carries.
Full council is now in session. May I have a motion for 11/28, please?
Move that 11/28 be continued until when?
5/23.
5/23.
Second.
With the committee hearing scheduled for it on May 19th at 5 p.m.
Second on that.
We have a motion and a second for 11/28. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Can I have a motion to strike 11/29?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Can I have a motion to continue 11/30 to 5/23/11?
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Mr. Vorty, 11:34.
A resolution of the Common Council of the City of South Bend designating certain areas within the City of South Bend, Indiana, commonly known as 1710 North Sheridan Street, an economic revitalization area for purposes of a 7-year real property tax abatement for Hoosier Tank and Manufacturing Incorporated.
Mr. President, may,
A motion to hear Resolution 11-34, 11-35 for purposes of public hearing only, together.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Mr. Vorty, 11:35.
A resolution of the Common Council of the City of South Bend designating certain areas within the City of South Bend, Indiana, commonly known as 1710 North Sheridan Street, an economic revitalization area for purposes of a 5-year personal property tax abatement for Hoosier Tank and Manufacturing Incorporated.
Mr. Chairman, the Community Economic Development Committee met this afternoon and considered both 11:34 and 11:35 and sent it to full council favorably.
Thank you very much, sir. We need a presenter up at the microphone with a very short synopsis on your project, sir.
What we're proposing to do is build a,
Your name and address for the record.
name and address. My name is Bill Welch. I live in Edwardsburg, Michigan, and my address is 23750 Davis Lake Street. I've been associated with Hoosier Tank for 20 years. I've been on the west side for about 40 years. And we're proposing to, we need to build a warehouse, it's about a 25,000 foot square house, warehouse, because our customers need us to deliver on time, and our product, we're making so much that we don't have anywhere to start. We're starting all over. So anyway, to make a long story short, we want to build a building, and we propose to hire 15 to 20 people. We've already hired 15. We're going to hire 15 more. I mean, it's going that fast. We really need to get this done. So I hope that we have your favor and you pass the resolution. If you have any questions, I'm probably better at answering questions than I am giving a speech. So, if you got any questions, holler at me.
Thank you, sir. We'll get back to that. Anyone like to speak in favor or opposition? Council, do you have any questions or comments? Seeing none, again, I would just like to thank you for the expansion. I think you guys are almost up to 100 employees, and then
We're actually at 82 right now. We just 4 more people this afternoon, so it's pretty wild. We supply tanks for the semi-trailer market, and it's really coming back. And we had a competitor that went under, and we bought their assets. So now we're trying to take on all their customers, and we really have to have this thing, because honest to God, we're making the tanks so fast that we're stacking them up next to the bathroom and things like this. So we're really working hard on it. And the equipment, we've got to make more tanks, so we have to buy more equipment. We're buying it as we speak. So we love the community. We've been here for a long time. It's a great place. It really is. I couldn't have asked for anything better.
Very good, and I encourage the rest of the council to go on out there and...
Yeah, anytime you want to come out, would love to give the tours. Honest to God. Come on out and see us.
Mr. Chairman, in the
Yes,
sake
sir.
of time, since we're going so fast, I move for passage of 1134.
Second.
That motion is second. Mr. Gordy.
Mr. LaFountain.
Aye.
Mrs. Puzzello.
Aye.
Dr. Varga.
Aye.
Vice President Oliver Davis.
Aye.
Mr. Kursitz.
Aye.
Councilmember Rouse.
Aye.
Councilmember White.
Aye.
Mr. Henry Davis.
Aye.
President Dieter. 9 ayes.
Thank you. We have a motion to continue 1131 to 5.
We know we have to, move for the passage of 1135.
There we go.
Move for the adoption of Resolution 11-35.
Second.
Mr. Voigt, let's get that one then.
Mrs. Puzzello.
Aye.
Dr. Varner. Vice President Oliver
Aye.
Davis. Mr. Kursitz.
Aye.
Councilmember Rouse.
Aye.
Councilmember White.
Aye.
Mr. Henry Davis.
Aye.
Mr. LaFountain.
Aye.
President Dieter.
Aye.
9 ayes.
Thank you.
Mr. President, could we have a motion to, I'd like to make a motion to continue 1131 to 523.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? No. Mr. Voigt, let's get a first reading on 1911. If you may.
First reading on a bill to vacate the following described property. Lincoln Way West from Mayflower Road east, approximately 1,400 feet.
Mr. President, I'd like to suggest that Bill 1911 go to Public Works and Property Vacation Committee, be second, third reading and public hearing on 523.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Mr. Vorty, 2011, please.
First reading on a bill to vacate the following described property. The alley to be vacated is the first north-south alley east of Michigan Street from Dayton Street south to the first east-west alley for a distance of 137 feet and a width of 14 feet.
Mr. President, I'd like to send 2011 to the Public Works and Property Vacation Committee, be set for second, third reading and public hearing on 523.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? 2111, please.
First reading on a bill amending the zoning ordinance for property located at 1507, 1513, 1517, 1521 Swigert, and vacant lots 246, 247, and 249, Councilmanic District 6 in the city of South Bend, Indiana.
I move that Bill 21-11 be sent to area plan.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? 2211.
First reading on a bill amending the zoning ordinance for property located east of and adjacent to 1710 Sheridan, Councilmanic District 1 in the city of South Bend, Indiana.
I move that Bill 22-11 be sent to area plan.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? 2311.
First reading on a bill of the Common Council of the City of South Bend, Indiana, appropriating $177,000 within Parks and Recreation Fund number 201 for graffiti removal activities.
Move that 2311 be set for second reading, public hearing, and third reading on May 23rd and sent to the Health and Public Safety and Park Committee.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? 2411, please.
First reading on a bill of the Common Council of the City of South Bend, Indiana, appropriating $215,000 from the Morris Performing Arts Center Improvement Fund, Fund 416, for the renovation and restoration of windows, doors, restrooms, exterior north wall, and architect and engineering fees.
Move that 2411 be set for second reading, public hearing, and third reading on 523 and go to the Park Committee.
Second.
A motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? 2511.
First reading on a bill of the Common Council of the City of South Bend, Indiana, appropriating $3,100 from the Morris Performing Arts Center and Palais Royale Marketing Fund, Fund number 273, for the purchase of Morris Performing Arts Center ticket envelopes.
Move that 2511 be set for second reading, third reading, and public hearing on 523 and go to the Park Committee.
Second. A motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? 2611.
First reading on a bill of the Common Council of the City of South Bend, Indiana, creating a Morris Performing Arts Center Palais Royale Ballroom Box Office Agency Fund, number 725.
Move that 2611 be sent to Parks Committee, be set for second, third reading, and public hearing on 523.
Second. A motion is second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposition? 2711.
First reading on a bill of the Common Council of the City of South Bend, Indiana, appropriating $9,150,000 for major capital investment projects in 2011.
Second. Move that 2711 be sent to Personnel and Finance, set for second and third reading and public hearing June 13th.
Second now.
All in favor? Any opposition? 2911.
2811.
Yeah, that's right.
First reading on a bill of the Common Council of the City of South Bend, Indiana, amending Chapter 17, Article 2, Divisions 1, 3, 4, and 6 of the South Bend Municipal Code to incorporate the Environmental Protection Agency's Model Pretreatment Ordinance.
Move that Bill 2811 be sent to Utilities, set for second and third reading and public hearing on June 13th.
Second. A motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Unfinished business. We have a motion to strike Bill 1511.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? There's a motion for 1136 and 1137. Both special exceptions need to be sent to zoning and annexation for 523.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? We need Bill 1811 to be continued to July 11th.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a
There's
second.
more coming.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Any new business before this council?
I will be sending out an email to everyone so we can do a tour of Transpo for the council. Want everybody to come, because a lot of us haven't taken a tour, and so you'll be getting an email, and we can choose some dates so we can have an official full tour of our new facilities.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Privilege of the floor. Anyone who wants to talk to the council this time about something we have not covered in the last 38 minutes, step up to the mic and do it. Seeing none, we are adjourned.
We've been here until...
That's what I told Joe. I said, yeah, we didn't start
Yeah, I know. Go ahead.
I need your black pen.
Yes.
How come you very